Another day in Los Angeles. Nothing to see here. The VA has me in housing. It's the Department of Veteran Affairs housing. So it's not a normal apartment. A normal apartment would be you live in an apartment and you see your tenant landlord when you need to. Otherwise, you just don't see them. You don't see anyone really. You just live in your apartment. Maybe you have a great apartment and you love everyone there. I don't. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. And these people have requested to meet with me again in order to do a wellness check. Things that they don't do with regular apartments, because with regular apartments, they treat you like a fucking human being. They don't treat you like a fucking kid. And then two, even though technically without the beard, I look like a kid. Um, Either way, it's super annoying. It's super annoying. It really is. Because it's an all-female staff. The only people who go into social service are females because males, they do something else. So I have a woman requesting to see me in front of her so that I can fill out paperwork for a wellness check. Something I'm not interested in doing. I'm not interested in doing a wellness check. You know what my wellness check is? I'm not well. Check. Check. There it is. I'm not well because of several things. Several things. But I answer the email either way. I say no means no as a subject line. And then I say no because I always have the right to say no. Oh, gosh, I need for some lipstick. I'm sorry. I forgot that I was protesting. Here we are. I'm going to be really sloppy about this today. I'm sorry. I am in all a rush, all a rush. And it's terrible because I had a nightmare. It was a horrific nightmare. And it's all because of this email and America trying to force a woman on you. Like, why would you do that? Like, I'm a disabled American veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, and they do nothing but force women on me ever since I fucking came to California. Either way, uh, sorry, it's gonna be a mess today. I wasn't even really gonna podcast. Oh, this is me not at my best. Sorry. Where is Michael D'Angelo when I need him? Mental health is real, folks. Yeah, it is. And guess what? America has been ruining my mental health. Instead of living, I'll just be racist about it. I'm not going to say that I don't have racism in my fucking heart. I'll just be racist about it. Okay, so I live in a Latin ghetto where I just don't feel comfortable because the whole area is designed not to make you feel comfortable. If I was living next to Selena Gomez, number one, why would we be in apartments if it wasn't a movie or television show? That would be weird. But if that was the case, I would be fine with that. Why? Because she's a private celebrity, and I'm pretty sure she would want to keep herself private. And if she did interact with me in any way possible, if there ever was a universe where that was possible, she would just say, "Thank you so much for my cover of her music, but don't talk to her ever again." Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that. See, the problem is America and California are trying to treat me like I'm a celebrity. I am not a celebrity. I am a scientist. I'm a client scientist. I'm a climate scientist. Hello there, Tabula. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, I did some really bad makeup today. I'm so sorry. Can everyone hear me all right? Well, the gang's all here, so I guess I must be doing something right. Sony's Sony? No, I'm sorry. I cannot read. Welcome to my channel. 111113. I see. Welcome to the channel. Anything to fucking get me on camera today, it would appear. You know, I was just going to not podcast for a while because my mental health is terrible right now. I have to deal with the stress of this apartment trying to force women on me. And then on top of that, I made the mistake of going out at the wrong time. I mean by the wrong time, I mean any time, because this apartment building in LA uses that as an opportunity to harass me. So, as I am trying to take my dog for a walk because I have a service animal, you wouldn't know that when you have a chihuahua literally next door that does nothing but all day long. I won't consider it barking because you have to be a certain large size in order to be considered barking. Anything else, and I assume that you're on a fucking telenovela. Fucking chihuahuas. I hate small dogs. Big dog supremacy for life. You're a Doberman Pinscher, I'm about it. You're a fucking Basset Hound, I love you. Chihuahuas, go fuck yourselves. And thank you for calling me sir. My pronouns are still they, them. Wow. Wow. I am trying to get through this story, but I am trying my hardest to take my dog for a walk. I'm already stressed. I'm really stressed. This whole entire corridor that I have to go through is just nothing but screaming dogs. And I speak dog, but the dogs are bound to another person. So it's not like I can reach and mind control them or something like that. That's not how my powers work, I guess. So either way, I get through this corridor of dogs. Hi, Leo and Angel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the revolution. My name is XIlyana. I didn't say it earlier. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist, and LGBTQIA icon, climate scientist, and space engineer. Either way, I go through this corridor of dogs, and I'm trying to make the turn onto the next street. Lovely name of that street, by the way. And then as I'm turning, there's a woman in the car, and I just say to myself, look, I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. I have PTSD from the United States Air Force and the American government sexually abusing me. I really don't want to be near women, but I saw you there. You're in your car. Stay in your car. I'm going to walk in front of you. The moment I step in front of the car, The woman opens her door, and I just say to myself, you don't fucking know me. You don't fucking know me. You don't know my fucking dog. Really? Really? At this point, because of the truth of Los Angeles, I wear full full body armor. Oh, okay, it's not full body armor. It's really hazmat. I wear hazmat suit. A very stylish one, but a hazmat suit nonetheless. So you opened your door to someone walking a dog with a hazmat suit on. You're a freak. So I'm already upset. I'm already upset. And then I get into the elevator and they're like, haha, we didn't get you yet. We didn't get you yet, but we'll get you now. So the moment I try and get onto my floor, there is the chihuahua. The chihuahua is right there. The And I stay in the elevator and I have to say, get the fuck back, get the fuck back. And, the guy who is apparently my neighbor, my direct next door neighbor, who I'm talking shit about right now, but I don't fucking care, is there with his dog. And I have to pull my dog. I have to wait for him to pull his dog away. And he's like, is that a service animal? I am fucking freaking out right now because I have your disgusting ghetto Latin ass right in front of me, and I don't like this neighborhood. When I look at you, I don't say, oh my God, that's my neighbor. I say, oh my God, you're just trying to shake me down for my fucking wallet. That's so racist. How dare you say something like that? You say something like, I'm sorry, what neighborhood do I live in again? Do I live in the neighborhood with Gloria Esteban, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato? I would love to because, despite the fact that I have PTSD from military sexual trauma, I desperately need shopping partners because I have to find a better shade of lipstick because this is not perfect for my skin tone. Could be better. Thank you, Scorpio. Thank you. I know I need to do that. I really do. I really do. You need to see a psychiatrist, John Mullen. You know what I need? I need the VA to give me my disability benefits so I can leave. You see, when I am by myself, I am happy. Sure, I still have PTSD freakouts, but they're not as frequent. Why? Because for the most part, if I don't see anyone, if I don't talk to anyone, if the only way that I ever talk to a female is through text, well, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with that? It's super easy to just read text. Half of you are probably female. Doesn't affect me because you're text right now. I'm barely looking at the chat. Oh, okay, except, hi there, Prime. How are you? Ah, no, no, no. You said it. You said it, Mills, and I agree with you. I grew up fucking privileged. I grew up reading. I grew up a Brit and an American and a Native American all at the same exact time. Can you imagine how confusing that is? To have to, when you go outside, little Ian Iliana, you're going to have to speak the white man's language. But why, father? We speak Spanish at home and Portuguese and a lot of other languages. My father and I were just like super fucking gifted. My mother, well, she was an American, so she had to learn. And then my sister's just American. But that was the lesson. That was the lesson that I had to deal with growing up. Because when I was in fucking kindergarten, I always tell this story. I love to tell this story anyway. Um, I grew up deaf, which is why my favorite catchphrase is I love being deaf. I love it because I didn't learn how to speak. I just signed. It just made more sense. I can't fucking hear you, so I'll just sign. Luckily, I had parents who could read sign language, so that was my life. I taught it, and then I pretty much kept it most of my life. Until I was like 5, which I guess is still most of my life. And the fucking kindergarten teacher had to say, "We're gonna hold him back a grade because, you know, it's just he's not speaking English." And I was just like, "You fucking." Luckily, I didn't say that in English, or she would have recognized it, but that ignorant bitch didn't know what a puta was, but she will tonight. Either way, my mother pulled me aside and said, "You don't really want to spend another moment with these people. You imagine how difficult it was for you to deal with these people at kindergarten level when you know you're reading better than that. So you're going to have to speak English like your father." And from then on, English in Ileana. So basically, rejecting my entire culture, rejecting my family heritage, just to appease one teacher. Good are you? I'm gonna see you safe. I'm gonna see you. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Prime, for coming in. I appreciate you. I'm trying to stay safe, but LA is constantly trying to harass me as if they're trying to train me to either be a celebrity or I don't know, a sex symbol. I'm not a sex symbol. Look at me. I've got grey in my beard, even though if I shave the beard, I look like I'm fucking 12. Not okay, that's really weirdly phrased. Um, I just don't age because I'm Brazilian. AC, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, I am beautiful. You could admire my beauty from all angles. And I don't know. I mean, if you want me to sell my jock straps, I suppose I could get around to doing that. But you have to tell me, are they piss stain jock straps or are they the regular kind that I wear one, wipe across the sweaty ass crack, and then mail directly to you? Is that what you want? I have to be sure. The United States mail service is very particular about what they allow to be shipped, and such organic pleasure for your nose. I don't know. I might have to put that in a priority certified mail. Brandon, you asked a beautiful question, and I love to get beautiful answers. Can everyone still hear me? I always check, because whatever. Um, that's a very good question. Would you let me answer that for you? I'll be right back. Aw, thank you so much for waiting so patiently. So, I am a climate scientist. I study many things, mostly the air quality here in an urban landscape. I believe in a little show and tell, don't you? I believe in sustainability, which is why it dismayed me that the people of America would rather do anything but involve themselves with solar energy, clean energy source. I have a solar panel. I'm cool that way. I just grabbed my solar panel from outside. I thought we'd do a little show and tell because as a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, it's very easy to just shove a person like that aside and say, you know what? They have very credible points, but what are you going to do? They're just a veteran. I'm a little bit more than that. I'm a scientist. So let's take a wipe and see what we get. Ah, well, that doesn't look like California sunshine now, does it? So I'm going to clean my solar panels while I talk to you about what this is. I've noticed a reduction in the efficacy of my solar panels. So I put it off. I put it off. After all, isn't there an alternating current that I could use instead? Then I remembered, oh, right, this is a bellwether for what is really going on in America. This doesn't happen overnight. No, it takes time. I was going to check for the exact day that I did this before, the exact day that I checked how bad the air is in Los Angeles and why I show up on camera as a disabled American veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. But I said, it really doesn't matter the exact day I did this before. That's on X, because I'm all about the social media when it comes to social justice. Do you hear that? Is that good ASMR for you? The sound of this going into your lungs every day here because you live in an urban environment? Change.org/clear LA smog. It's the petition that I have to change the construction materials that they use in American roads, specifically here in Los Angeles. Why? Because the asphalt and the concrete that you use do not provide enough ventilation for this not to go in your lungs. Roberto Clemente, ¿qué pasó? Now, as always, I have an issue with my own people. I'm Portuguese and Brazilian, so technically I'm not Latino at all. But these people look like me and we're from the same geographic area, so I have to feel somewhat responsible for these people. We have been corralled here by the American government to all live together on a reservation. You consider this a Latino ghetto, it's a reservation. But you don't have the same rights as a Native American tribe because you just come from several countries at the same exact time. So they're not going to give you anything special. Also, on top of that, you don't have the same cultural traditions as most Native American people have because for some of you, your ancestral history is really, really shallow. Cannot get this clean. No, take a good look. Take a good look at what your government is doing to you. Take a good look. Don't look away from that. Hmm? Hmm? Do you agree that something like this belongs in your children's lungs? You agree that this level of pollution belongs in a kid's lungs? Fuck you, people. I'm gonna need two for this one. It's that dirty. Enjoy the ASMR. Enjoy the ASMR of me cleaning the goddamn carbon monoxide and asphalt atomized by the heat of your disgusting automobiles. I can't even say the word automobiles because I'm so angry right now. I'm angry because America, with its invention of the automobile, has infected every country throughout the world, ruining their artwork, ruining their lives. But no one says anything because you've been taught as a young person that a car means escape, a car means adventure, a car means sex. So when you were fucking 15, 16, and they put you through the learner's permit and then you finally got your driver's license, you saw a car as escape. Escape from your parents, escape to do naughty things. Oh, you want to smoke some pot? Well, not in my house. So you took your fucking car to do that. Oh, you want to have sex? You're underage. Here's what you do. You get a fucking car and you hop in the back seat, you park at a fucking Wendy's, and you fucking rock it out. That was a very, very fond memory that I have. It was pretty much broad daylight. My mother and I try to go to Wendy's for a meal. And in the car next to me, just two kids just going, we couldn't wait. Something about that Dave Thomas food rumbling in my stomach and my pussy activated. So yes, she got on top of him and she was riding him. And my mother was giving so many pointers and saying, like, bitch, you don't know your fucking technique. I was laughing the whole time. It's one of my fondest memories. Because it's just, you gotta have cool parents. You really do. But either way, look at that. More of this. More of this. People think that disability benefits for veterans is just money. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I wish it was. I wish it was. Because If it was just money, well, money comes, money goes. This, this is something else. This is where I live. What panel to go? Oh, I'm sorry. Two more. Because I need that much coverage to run a modern American lifestyle. Enjoy the ASMR as I try and clean a solar panel from the pollution that they have here in Los Angeles. Oh, by the way, you cannot do that to your own lungs. Just, just so you know. I mean, I don't know if I told you this, but you can't scrape this off your lungs. You might as well be a smoker. You might as well. You know, go light one up. What does it matter when this is everywhere? Doesn't matter if you smoke or not. And every time I try and leave Los Angeles, try and escape this disgusting fucking city, they set me back. They set me back. Or they lock me out of my own apartment. So therefore, the money that I have saved to leave, well, I can't do. Because I have to spend it on food and water and food for my dog. I have food for my dog, but I can't reach it because I've been locked out of my own apartment. Lovely stunts that you have here in Los Angeles. Lovely stunts. And I say stunt because the way that Los Angeles has treated me has been more of indoctrination into their weird ass Hollywood cult, which, by the way, I consider it a weird ass Hollywood cult because you have that much power, you have that much influence to set this shit up, but this you do nothing about. I don't know if you know this, but it really doesn't matter how poor you are or how rich you are. If everybody breathes this, that's a problem. Nathan Fillion, I think his name is. Anyway, he was doing filming for the show The Rookie, and I happened to be on set with him. Not really, but what do you do when the whole town is a state? Either way, he doesn't think about this. Why would he think about this? So he doesn't have to be in downtown LA every day. He doesn't have to. He does a scene for maybe 6 to 12 hours, and then he is back to wherever he was before. But he has a weekly serial, so it's not like he really goes that far when your entire city of Los Angeles is your set. ASMR. This is a problem that rich people and poor people have to agree upon. Because rich people have always said, well, we have mansions, we have trailers, we live in souped up RVs when we're superstars. Guess what, superstar? Anytime you leave your fucking beautiful mansion, anytime you step out that limo, this is what greets you. Sabrina Carpenter, this is what greets you. You want to talk about the espresso? I hope this wakes you up. I hope this wakes up all of these people and you, the listener. Thank you so much for joining my channel today as I clean my solar panels. My solar panels. Because I'm an environmentalist. And I believe in clean, sustainable energy as much as you can, really. Every little bit helps. I'm just pushing it around, not really cleaning it. Hold on. I'll get to your messages. Hello. Excuse me. I'm a terrible podcaster. I'm trying to fix this and I can never get things right. So sorry. Sorry about that. An environmental activist. I say activist because, you really can't just say, I care about the environment. You really have to do something about it. So I podcast. It's the only thing I can do. All right. There were some comments here. There were some comments. Ichiban lipstick for men. I will consider that brand. How are you, my friend? Much love from College Park, Maryland. Hello, Archangel. Hi, hi, hi. So am I. I'm worse than you. Cool, cool, cool. I love having you here in the channel. I'm sorry. It's been a terrible day for me because my PTSD it's triggered. I'm constantly triggered by that. But the topic of conversation has always been about the environment and how we are living in a gas chamber. We're living in a gas chamber. And pollution is not pollution, it's chemical warfare against the poor. People who are so busy trying to pay for rent, pay for petrol that they have to shove in their disgusting little automobiles, pay for food that they can't be bothered with the larger issue of you can't breathe. You can't breathe this in without consequences. Love nature, my birthday. Oh my God. What a cool birthday. Virgo, Team Virgos. I'm very close to nature. Electric vehicles are no better. Resurrection Productions. I'm so glad you said that because, oh my God, I have to redo my lipstick. Lipstick break, lipstick break. Here we go. A little bit better. Okay. Mr. 12 gauge? Or is it gold? I can never tell. Either way, I'm going to leave your comment there because whatever. Uh, I agree that I don't have the same PTSD trigger as watching my buddies get blown up in Afghanistan by an improvised explosive device. I have PTSD from an American female master sergeant sexually abusing me and sending me to the hospital. So, no, it's not the same exact thing, but the hypervigilance, the nightmares, the flashback, the paranoia, the depression, the anxiety, the rage, the unstoppable crying, that's the same. Personally, I wouldn't wish the memory of people being blown to bits on anyone. Just as I'm sure you wouldn't want to be raped or sexually abused. Mr. 12 gauge, you're just speaking your mind. And I've always said in this channel, I would prefer that you speak your mind because in America, you are taught that we have freedom of speech, but they do everything in their power to teach you that being silent will make you happy. Being complicit in horrible crimes against your own people will make you happy. I'm miserable. I'm miserable. I'm miserable because having this in my lungs, having this in a kid's lung, that doesn't make me happy. Sure, I live in Los Angeles. I could be an actor. Rah, 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 rah. I probably could, but um, SAG has an issue with fucking healthcare. Your actors do not live long or live happy lives. You even got people like Maggie Smith not doing well. Of course, it doesn't help that Ian McKellen constantly did impressions of you to the chagrin of Graham Norton. Certainly doesn't help your health. Oh, you're doing it again. All right. I have a therapist now. Archangel, I'm going to tell you what I tell Clint, one of my favorite podcasters here. Mental health in America is very, very complex. It's very, very complex because we're not the same people as we used to be. It used to be that women would go to the fucking river together to do their laundry and bathe together, and that was considered normal. Why? Because anything could fucking happen to you. And I say women because that's the only thing you can really relate to. You can't really think of a scenario where you and a bunch of men had to go to the fucking river to wash your dirty asses. That's what your lineage is. That's where you come from. That's who you were as people. Because right now we're all a bunch of people who hate having communities, hate having to talk to people. The Autism Registration Act is a funny thing because if they really were thorough about it, we're all on that spectrum. Why? Because nobody wants to fucking be a part of a community. They call my little thing that I live in, this apartment complex, project based housing or community based housing. But it's basically either learn to live with a bunch of strangers or hate it so much that you will move to your own house. That's what that is. Gem, what is that? Oh, I don't know if you saw this earlier. I was trying to make a demonstration. So I've been cleaning my solar panel, and this is what comes off. And you say, oh, well, that's the solar panel. Like, who cares about that? If it's on the solar panel, it's in you. It's in you. It's in your kids. It's in your dog. My dog sneezes all the time here. But it's not just because she has a sensitive nose and my piss smells rather acrid. It's transgender piss. It's tranny piss. Of course it smells differently. I eat very healthy. Mhm. But either way, this is in your fucking lungs. But we don't see it as an issue. We don't see pollution as an issue. I still have one more panel to do. Your accents say you should talk about America, or maybe stick with your British politics. Otherwise, we may have to make you guys the 51st state. How ignorant are you? Oh, panda. Oh, panda. I love you. I love you when you don't love you. And the reason why I love you is because, oh, darling, America never left Britain. It really didn't. It really didn't. You see, there was a deal. There was a deal to be made. America was starting out, and Britain had to fight other things. They were just gearing up for that fucking Napoleonic War. And they could sense that. They could sense that they maybe needed an ally. So a deal was struck. You'll have a country to yourself. Call it America, call it the United States, call it whatever you want. I'm going to call it what it is. The colony that thinks it's better than being a province or a protectorate of the British Empire. Because that's what you are still. Sorry. The independence thing didn't really happen. It really did. It really did. It really did. Because you think that lines drawn on a map, squiggly, squiggly, squiggly lines on a map, protect you from being within the sphere of influence, the sphere of control of a foreign nation. Squiggly, squiggly lines. You think an ocean protects you from being in the sphere of influence of another country with your squiggly, squiggly lines. That's not the case. You never left Britain. You're still British. All of you. All of you with your 4th of July, man. 4th of July. Get the fireworks. I'm going to set shit on fire to show how free we are. It's like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Because turn on your television. Turn on your television. How often do you have a reality show where it is a British man telling you Americans that you're stupid or you're untalented? I mean, famously, Simon Cowell, everyone knows who he is. There was So You Think You Could Dance, another Brit telling you what to do. And then there's Hell's Kitchen, a Scotsman telling you what to do and telling you you're stupid, calling you a donkey, saying you're an idiot sandwich. And you eat that shit up. You eat that shit up because you are the worst fucking type of citizens because you don't realize that you are just being manipulated every single time. So you let a British man tell you that without saying, fuck you, I'll make my own restaurant. I still love the show. I love the show because it was one of my mother's favorite, favorite things was that show, Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef. So much so that we spent a birthday of hers at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. And we all had our meal. We all enjoyed our meal. It was a lovely time. But yet still, there is nothing but a commercial relationship between you and the British Empire where you are subservient. You're a customer. You think that you're a free country. Oh, I love it. You're funny. That is funny. That is funny. Can we sell you culture? Can we sell you history? Can we sell you period pieces? I mean, I love Bridgerton just as much as any other person, but it's just a reason to stare at naked men with great asses and hairy chests. And I'm okay with that because I'm totally into it. I watch Bridgerton to fap to Lord Bridgerton because he is so fucking hot. And I live in America, stuck with these slappers. I don't want any of it. He is so fucking hot. Have you seen Lord Bridgerton from Bridgerton? He is Edmund. Oh my god. Lord Bridgerton. Fucking hairy chest. Chiseled ass cheeks. Lovely bum in that man. Lovely. I cannot talk about it enough. This is why I cancelled my fucking Netflix subscription. I'm like, after this season and he's fucking married, there's not going to be any reason for him to get his fucking kid off. So what the fuck am I going to watch now? I'm not going to watch two fucking women gossip all the time. I do that by myself, bitch. Come on. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I not read any of these comments? So bad. Shame on me. Shame. I tell you what, let me catch up on those comments while I clean the pollution, chemical warfare that goes into your lungs off my solar panels. Okay, start with the obvious. BG, mega gay, mega gay. I used to call myself gay. I used to call myself bisexual. I used to call myself queer. I still call myself transgender. But as far as gay, no, you'd have to actually be able to talk to a guy in order to be considered gay. And right now, the only interaction I've had with a guy where it was speaking was me telling him to get the fuck back. I'm exiting the elevator. So, no, don't really consider myself gay. I still fap to Lord Edgington. I'm going to call myself that. Lord Edgington, because I really do edge a lot. I mean, some people can't. I I enjoy the ride. I enjoy the experience. I don't know. That's just me. Oh, we definitely better, my man. Far better, in fact. Resin Ball. Turn on yours. Tell me how much American TV and movies is on there now compared to how much is on our TVs. You really want to play that game? You really want to play that game? This dude ignorant as hell. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Your country sells real estate to fucking China and they give your fucking eyeballs as a trophy to the United Kingdom. But you want to consider me your problem. You're precious. So precious. I'll be back. I'm still on. I just have to help get this new TV set up. I'm androgynous, and often you will. Well, I mean, I do consider myself a wigger because I do wear wigs too. Or at least I used to. I used to have fun when I came to Los Angeles, but this isn't fun. This is hurting us. So, no wigs, no costumes, none of that. None of it. My alter ego name is Dark Sapphire. Well, welcome to the channel. Do you mind if I call you Dark Sapphire if you're going to be here? I'm going to call you Dark Sapphire. And for living your truth, I give you a present. Play it, my man. Breathe, Relaya. I try to breathe. I try to breathe, and then Los Angeles does this to me. Los Angeles, through its ignorance, does this to me. So. His ego name is Madame Fufu. That's actually really clever. You're welcome to my channel anytime. The silent one is really, really funny. What can I say? I came to Los Angeles because I said, I don't know, I like the beat. I like I like enjoying myself. I have a fond memory of the first time I came to California and Eric Von Hustle or whatever is okay, basically a Disney kid. I don't remember what he was from anymore. I'm really bad at this, but I remember it was Eric Von something. But anyway, Disney kid. He came to a drum circle in Venice Beach, and it was one of my first drum circles too. And the two of us were just vibing together. And I was just like, I recognize you. I'm not going to say where, but I recognize you, but you just want to groove in a drum circle. I just want to groove in a drum circle. And I'm just going to enjoy this as a special memory. And we did. And I said, if I come back to Los Angeles, that's the kind of lifestyle I want. I really do. But then I came here and I came here as a disabled American veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. From the American government choosing to sexually abuse me, to preclude me from banging several hot women. Live mental illness. You are correct. I have PTSD that is considered a mental illness, and this is a YouTube live program. Hello. But even someone who suffers from mental illness knows what reality is. Is this your reality? Is this your reality? ASMR as I clean my solar panels. Come on, bro. I like to come in, bros. At least my gym bros. I haven't dated a jock or a muscle twink in fucking forever. There are many things I can forgive Los Angeles for. I cannot forgive Los Angeles from depriving me of super hot gym bros. Like, what the fuck? Yali! I don't know what you're trying to say, AJ. Use your words. Use your words properly. ASMR is like clean my solar panel. Ugh, so many people left the channel. I will cry about that. I really will. Those of you that are still here, welcome to what the revolution looks like. It's an empty room. I'm an epidemiologist. I'm an engineer. But because I don't have my disability benefits, I can't put myself through medical school, which is what I wanted, which is why I even joined the military. But oh well. I would have learned bad medicine that way and not know what life really is. This is America. This is why I want to see Fantastic Four first date, but I won't pay money to see it. I love every single one of the actors that are in it. I love how casting is such a big thing for Marvel. Pedro Pascal of many things, The Last of Us, Game of Thrones, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the Invisible Woman. I can never get her name right. I'm sorry. Um, I don't know your name, but I do remember you. I do remember you, Invisible Woman, and I'm very sad that my PTSD prevents me from seeing your film in a theater. Because I want to support you because you accepted a role earlier in your career with very special. You accepted a role on V. And most people, they don't remember the original V, and they don't remember the remake either. V was a show about aliens, aliens that came to Earth, wonderful technologies, but secretly they just wanted to get every human off the planet by deadly means. There were people who were living in the Amazon and were happy, probably happy. Then some aliens, conquistadors, did this. And they've been doing it like that for centuries. Centuries of, no, your culture is wrong. So you don't have to be so negative. You don't have to be such a savage, an ignorant savage. How clever do you feel, America? How clever do you feel when you've done this to yourselves? Those of you who were able to take world history and learn about World War II had to have known about the trenches and the chemical warfare and how a plane would just fly overhead and drop some mustard gas or drop chlorine and the gas just won't over people, over sometimes French soldiers, sometimes American soldiers, sometimes German soldiers. It really didn't matter. They dropped it on human beings and they just choked, every last one of them, not understanding what was happening. It's different than being shot. And it's different from being stabbed. It's different from someone beating your brains in. It's the idea that to whoever who was on that plane, you were just a fucking cockroach that needed to be exterminated. As much as the Latinos of this neighborhood have done everything to make me feel unwelcome and that I'm perhaps a little too bourgeois for their earthy delight. Are you sure you're not being treated like a pest in your country? Are you sure they don't consider you and your children a threat to their American ways? Oh, and by the way, if you're white, this is happening to you too. If you're poor and white, if you're rich and white, this is happening to you too. pollution, this chemical warfare. It's a global issue. And as an ambassador, whether or not it's with the United States blessing or not, I'm an ambassador. So I have to globally make a statement on this. By the way, I actually filled out the application to do a TED Talk. So I can talk about this on a stage and then actually save this and bring it out on a stage. So I'm going to have to put it in a little Ziploc baggie and have it ready for me. Should the TED Talk people say, sure, we'll let anyone on, even you. I'm like, yeah. What is up with the blue lip? I'm still glad you mentioned that. My name is XIlyana, and I am wearing blue lipstick to protest pollution, protest chemical warfare against poor people. So every time that someone mentions my blue lips or the Smurfs or anything, I can bring up the fact that air pollution is very real. What a vision of mental well-being. I hope so. I hope so. Because if mental well-being is being awake and aware that your government, through its environmental policies, is poisoning you, then I'm as crazy as fuck. Until I actually show you that they are. Then you have to make that decision, Nicholas Ford. You have to make that decision for yourself. Do you want to be ignorant and considered sane, or do you want to be crazy and then see the truth? Because this is the truth about America. This is the truth about what it thinks about when it comes to minorities and when it comes to poor white people who, I'm sorry, are actually a minority. And rich white people, it is hard to say, but yes, they're a minority too, because they don't see this either. I wish they did. I wish rich people did see this because maybe they could do something about it. I wish Oprah could see this. Maybe she'd do something about this. Hey, dude, what's with the blue lips? Did someone do that to you? They deserve a hiding. I'm sorry, mate. Hello, Amanda. Welcome to my channel. My name is XIlyana. I am an environmental activist, LGBTQIIA icon. One a hell of a deal. And I use my blue lipstick to protest the carbon monoxide poisoning of the people in my community. But the fact that these people, and I'm trying to save people from a burning building, but some people just don't want to be saved. And to the Hollywood cult of the world, their way of saving me would be we make you a star. Can you learn to maybe say hello to people instead of get the fuck away from me? Can you learn not to run when children run up to you and try and hug you? No, no, because that's just as much a problem as ignoring this. This this needs someone to talk about it constantly. And a lot of these and it's the longest string of sentence ever. Do I have a fucking stop? I'm a terrible speaker. I have to do a TED talk, and with all the ums and ahs, I'm really gonna have to practice. I'm really gonna have to fucking put myself together in order to get that done. Okay, I'm trying to be serious here, but actors and musicians, these people who have millions and billions, that's that's hush money. That's You'll never have to worry about food. You never have to worry about housing. You never have to worry about any of the little mundane things that people do. So you stop caring. You, you stop trying. I don't. I don't at all. And YouTube is a weird company because I don't know why YouTube would. Okay, Maga, do you think we could? Sure, sorry, I cannot read. All these years of speaking English, and I never learned how to read. It's the role model I am. Do people or should obese weight to be able to fit on the play? Liam. Liam! You have a name like Liam and you say something like that. Oh, that's a very difficult question. Have hurt us in movies and on television. They're dehydrated, they're malnourished, they're exhausted. You're lagging pretty bad and frozen. Uh, I'm sorry, Liam. It doesn't look that way to me. Trying to answer your question without answering your question, but still answering your question. Fat is good. I said it. I said it. Being fat is healthy. Being skinny isn't. Max Mel 210. Oh well, have a good day, bro. I gotta go. Sorry I couldn't answer your question more fully, Liam. That's a whole longer conversation that I should have. Thank you for the subscription, Liam. What I was trying to say without saying it is you need fat for your brain, and sometimes being fat means that you have more time to focus on yourself and what you want out of life. Because when you're skinny and you're hot and all that, you constantly have to worry about people seeing you as a real person and not just selling them on a fantasy. And these fat people who board these planes, they're not the issue. The issue has always been the plane itself. Why are we using planes in 2025? I say this as the helicopter is overhead. I'm an engineer. I want my disability benefits so I can show America, France, France! I want to show France and believe. Barbados! I'm sorry. I try to take these things seriously. I'm trying to show them that there's another way to do things, that we really should rethink a lot of our technology because we've moved past it. We've moved past planes and automobiles and buses and trains and boats. We just don't think of that, and we should. It's a little sad that we don't think of that because it would change everything if somebody could introduce modern society to the fact that you're a modern society. That doesn't bring in people to watch a YouTube video, and I'm not a very, very good speaker. So I'll keep talking about these things. I'll keep trying to reach out to people because I am stuck here. I'm literally economically held prisoner by these fucking Americans who won't give me my disability benefits so I could fuck off to fucking Scotland like I want. Or maybe Ireland, because Ireland is trying to do something. Something that I'm very curious about. I love remote viewing. I really do, because you get to see how the other half of the fucking globe lives. Because in America, you get this little tunnel vision. You get people constantly trying to make you choose a team instead of realizing that there are other teams out there who are doing things. Europe is stepping into a future. America America wants to live in the past, but the wrong past. A past filled with slavery and racial division, a past of economic divide. Ireland, on the other hand, Ireland is forcing itself to realize that there are other people in their country now. For the longest time, Ireland was filled with native Irish people, I guess is the best way to call it. That's not Ireland. No, that's not Ireland now. There's some brown in there. There's other colors in there. There's black and The people who are Black Irish, and that used to be, a phrase, but you really do have Irish people who are Black now. So what do you even call that phrase anymore? So Ireland was faced with a bit of a dilemma. We don't really condone racism in Ireland, but we really need to show people this is how Ireland looks now. So how did they do it? I love my fucking algorithm because my algorithm always shows me what I need to speak to 14 people about. Yes, OG Black Irish and your level of incompetence and ignorance. Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking because whatever. Ireland has a plan. They saw that the country was changing, and so they did what they would do. They hiked the price of housing and literally forced their people into the streets. Why? Because no one can afford housing in Ireland. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You're fucking Irish as the next person, but you can't fucking afford your own house in your own home country. Oh, you laugh, but the population is being forced into to shelters where these people have to rub elbows with other poor Irish people. They have to rub elbows with, it's a hard word, elbows. I know what an elbow looks like. Either way, they have to shower with a bunch of immigrants, many different colors, and they get to see large penises that way. Ha ha ha! Yeah, they do. But because of that, people are growing up and they're not that racist anymore. I took a rather interesting remote viewing walk with my magic powers to a Dublin pub. The Dublin pub had some seated areas where people were sitting, having a pint. But you know what they also had? They had people sitting their dumbasses on the fucking street. And the waitress comes over and says, "Here's your fucking food. Here's your fucking point." No, no, she's not rude about it. And she's not rude about it, and they're not upset. They're not upset because does it matter? Does it matter if you have a seat when you're drunk and you're laughing with your own friends? You got your mates all around you, the sun is shining, you feel safe because you're in Dublin and people don't act stupid like they do in America here. So for the most part, it's a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day. Gorgeous. So does it matter whether or not you have a seat? Ireland is changing. America doesn't want to change, but Ireland is. Which is why I want to just get my disability benefits and fuck off right to Europe. Europe, where they're making the changes that I want to make in life. They're figuring it out. They're figuring it out. They want to go to Mars, or at least they just want to survive on Earth. They want to survive on Earth. America doesn't. Los Angeles certainly doesn't. That's what I have to deal with. That's what I have to deal with. I'm an epidemiologist, but the VA wouldn't pay for my tuition. So I'm not Surgeon General. No. Because the United States Surgeon General should be talking to you about this, not a bloke on YouTube. This level of pollution, this level of smog, this level of chemical warfare has to be dealt with. But America doesn't want to do that. America doesn't want to do any of that. So here I am on YouTube, trying to reach out to people, trying to maybe wake them up. And I do appreciate some small aspect of all of the PTSD triggers, because that just means that I have a little less of this in my lungs. A little less. But it makes me really sad. It makes me sad because do these people know that they're in a gas chamber when they walk around outside? Do they see what's inside their bodies, changing them, giving them cancer, poisoning them? I don't think they do. I don't think they understand. I'm just a disabled American veteran on YouTube trying to make a difference in the country that has done everything to say, "We hate you." The American government sexually abused me. The American government sexually assaulted me. Because, yes, the idea that some random Latin woman gets on a bus at Long Beach and decides to grope my genitals can do nothing else but say that that was a government action, which is why I reported it to the Long Beach police, who never called me back, never did anything. Because sexually assaulting a disabled American veteran is just something that they do here. It's not about me. This is about you. No matter where you live, no matter who you are, this smoke, this pollution, this chemical warfare is coming for you. It covers your hair, it covers your skin, it's on the food you eat when you eat outside, it's on the food you eat when you eat inside, it's in your bed, it's in your lungs, it's all around you. This, I want to go to Mars. I want to go to Mars because that is the only thing I know that can break this spell, this fugue state that my country is in. That they don't see that. That pollution is just another thing a hippie invented besides really groovy psychedelic drugs. Really groovy psychedelic drugs. But that doesn't deter me. Here we are on YouTube talking about pollution again. But I'm glad that we are because someone has to. If politicians don't talk about it, they don't bring something like that on a stage and say, this is what we really should be focusing on and not whether or not illegal immigrants are in our country. I'm all for border patrol, but this is a foreign invader. Invader to your body, it's an invader to your health. Is this worth your time? Is this worth your time to maybe talk about it? Imagine this is your lung and you're trying to breathe. But you see the white parts of this cloth? It's the only lung you have. See this part here that's covered in the pollution, the chemical warfare that the American government is using through its policies on environment. You can't really get any air through that. So you have less to operate with. So you don't breathe. You don't get any oxygen to your brain. Lack of air can do many things. I wonder if it I wonder if it does create lesions on your brain. I wonder if maybe that's the reason why we have the world we live in today. Is it because we don't have enough oxygen going to our brains? I want to thank everyone for coming into the channel today. I have to go and take my solar panel because I'm all about that. It's sustainability and put it back out there in the miasma. Or is it my asthma? Do you have asthma? Or will you have asthma? Here, just breathe deeply.